in the same place. He moves from there and he has been there for 15 years. When they went, they were 19 years or 20. In his mind, he knew that he's thinking, and I've told this story, and maybe it is true, that in the mind of this officer, he believed that in the past 5 years, in any case, I don't need a wife, I don't need to get married. By 25, I was settled that I can have a wife. And he was happy that he was sent to a professional. But 10 years down the line, he's still there. He was 20, now he's 30. 15 years down the line, he's moving to 35 years. So I was told that some of the officers, and I was told that some of the officers then became pragmatic. They said, oh, to be the other. He was also part of the party, they didn't move out and on and transfer. He didn't do anything for the father. They got the list of the wife or the mind and not mind the day after. That person cannot give you any results. They're just keeping their job. And that person will struggle with mental health. You can now explain why they are facing mental health challenges. Because what has been done is wrong. So, what is the job of the leader? The IGs and us, all of us. Transfer after every 3 years. You move someone from there, you take them to Napa. If you go to Nairobi, if you finish Nairobi, you go to West Pokot. They come back to Nairobi. Then, as they approach retirement, as they approach 50, 53, 54, 55, you ask them, where are you planning to retire? You take them closer to where they will retire. That person is motivated, but also the person behind is also motivated. They know that as you progress, the government will be considered. Unless you are a leader like yourself, the rest of the officer, if someone is an inspector and he is 56 years old, wewe mtu aende karibu na nyumbani then at retire, or the nearest town, or a more accessible place. That way, you are able to motivate. And you will not motivate that single officer. No, you will motivate those who are behind. They know for sure that if I'm sent to Kibish, there is no problem. I'll be in Kibish for some years. For 3 years, I will have learned my country. But he knows that 3 years, like ikichelewa sana 3.5, I'll be moved from that place to another corner. That enough changes. So how do you do this? You must have connected the followers. You must connect the followers to a sense of identity, self in the vision, and collective identity of the organization. People must know what. People must know. Maybe I close this one. Yeah. People must know. Let's have a few of them. People must know what is this National Police Service trying to achieve. We must all know, the whole National Police Service, what is it trying to achieve? You must know. There must be a collective rallying call. Kama ni utumishi kwa wote. Yeah? It must enter into all of us to say, it is utumishi kwa wote. Meaning that I will not serve my tribe, my region, my whatever. Everybody will be treated equally. You must, as a leader, be a role model to the followers. Inspire them. Challenge the followers to take greater ownership of their work. Tell them, this is your job. I depend on you. I want us to shine for this station to be better. I depend on you. Let's work together. Understanding the strength and weakness of followers so that the leader can align followers with tasks. Don't force somebody to do something he cannot do. Yeah, of course, everybody who has trained as a police officer, as a constable, has a certain responsibility. But then there is a way you deploy them there in different, as they progress. You must understand who they are. It decides perceptions and values and changes expectations and aspirations of the followers. You must drive the people you work with to the direction you want to. So where does the ability to lead come from? I'll not dwell on this one. This is fairly theoretical. There are people who say leadership is a rare talent. Somebody is born with. It is true. There are people who are just born leaders. Yeah, born leaders. But not necessarily that they will be like leaders throughout. Without any skills and capacity building, they may not succeed. But you can tell a child the difference even with your own children at home, that this one is more predisposed to activities in taking up leadership responsibilities. And then leadership is a skill honed through practice and study. There are people also who become leaders by studying, by being coached, by being guided, and they have become leaders. And then their leadership as a position held and a power that goes with it. Sometimes it's just a position. Somebody has been thrust to a position, and then because he's holding that position, then he's the leader. And in some cases where somebody has been thrashed and they do not have the necessary qualification, watu wanavumilia wanasema sasa tufanye nini, si yeye ndio amewekwa. So saa yote unaona watu wanasema sio ni mambo yake. Kitu akisema anasema tufanyie yule jamaa mambo yake, because the rest of the members do not follow. And then there is leadership as situational. Leaders emerge in a situation, in different situations. You will see a leader emerging because of a different crisis or situations. There is also people who see leadership as a talent. Everyone has inherent talents that he or she is born with, but they will have also, as I said, training to practice and study. Leadership, one writer called Henry Bismarck said leadership is like swimming, cannot be learned by reading about it. You must be able to do it. You cannot also say, I'm waiting until I become a leader, then I become a leader. A leader is slowly being built by being thrust certain responsibilities. So if you want one day to rise, definitely this is how to leadership is not conferred or ordered, but is earned or to be earned. Key qualities of a good leader. First is visionary. The ability to create a shared vision among the team. I have already said this. This is a very primary trait of a true leader. That's Murkomen once said. If you can be able to create a shared vision, you can sit in a place and say, we want to make sure that in few months, you see, if you are a county police commander, you are going to a county. Your first assignment is not just to go and sit there. Your first assignment is to know who is everywhere. Number two, second assignment is what are the problems in this county? Yeah. Number three, or you state even before you go problem, you say who are the stakeholders in this county? So you know there are political stakeholders. So you get to know who are MPs, who are MCAs, who are the governor, who is the senator. You know them. Those who are good, you win them as your allies. Because you are trying to achieve a certain objective, you get them to your side. You ask yourself, what are the other strategic partners? The county security team led by the county commissioner. So national administration team back a chief. Then you study, you understand in the corner where there's a problem, who is the chief there and why is this happening? You don't have to wait for the county commissioner to tell you. You know there is drugs in certain corner, or you know there is sexual offenses are higher, like we saw in Taita Taveta when we went there. You have to ask yourself, who is in which location and how can we deal with this issue? That way, you know, you have a shared vision. Then you can sit down and say, my plan for the period I serve here, whether it's a year, whether it's 6 months, whether it's 3 years, we want to achieve 1, 2, 3, 4. And I want to leave Kitui County having left the following legacy. You have to have a plan. That is what leadership is. As Winston Churchill says, the empires of the future are the empires of the mind. You have to have a vision. You have to think of what you want to do. The person who does not know where he wants to go, there is no favorable wind. Mtu mwenye hapo tu management by crisis. Unaambiwa ng'ombe imeibiwa upande huu, unaenda kwa ng'ombe. Kidogo kidogo unaambiwa upande huu kuna maandamano, unaenda maandamano. After your period of time unajiuliza, and what exactly were we doing hapo? Sasa wewe kuuliza tulisema maandamano siku moja ilikuwa pale, tuliorudisha ng'ombe ilikuwa pale. But if you know that this is a cattle rustling region, you must put your plan there and say, every day when you wake up in the morning, you need to ask yourself, where are the bandits and why are they still there? And what can we do? So because you are at a certain level of leadership, you cannot be the only one who is going to pacify. You should move further to say, Mheshimiwa Kam, you know ile barabara ukifanya tutamaliza mambo ya banditry. Hii shule ikijengwa tutamaliza mambo ya banditry. You know? Sisi tutakusaidia saa hii kupacify. Lakini jenga shule. Wacha watoto waende shule. That way, you know where you are going. I'm trying to say we must go beyond the ordinary. We must go beyond a job. You know, we must have a vision. In fact, it should have been possible. I don't know, at some point, the National Police Service should be able to hold the county commanders into account by telling them by giving everybody, when you report to your station, you are given 1 month to prepare your strategic plan and TORs, the objectives you are going to achieve. So that, you know, there is something you look up to. I know some of you have done it out of your own initiative, but maybe DIG, as we progress going forward, there must be a mechanism that allows these leaders to set up the agenda when they arrive in a particular place. And then they can, and when you leave notes that show that I have made progress up to here. It can be picked from there to certain direction. The future belongs to those who see possibilities before they become obvious. So all of this is about imagination, it's about vision. Sorry, I'm going slowly. I think we should move faster. That is Robert Kennedy. So visionary leader is that the transformation leader articulates a vision that is appealing and inspiring to the leaders. He or she challenges followers with high standards, communicate optimism about the future goals, and provide meaning of the task at hand. You cannot be a visionary leader who has given up. No matter how police commander na muuliza hii mambo ya hii wizi ya ng'ombe itaisha kwa nini? Hizi ilikuwa tangu zamani. Everybody gives up in that sense. Tunataka kuyu hapo. Yeah, but you know the one you must give people hope. Tell them we are about to be there. We are, we are almost there. We are almost there. I can see the promise now. You know, like Martin Luther King. In his last week, I came to the last week. You know, I see the promise now. I may not go there with you. Right? But I tell those people that, you will go. I may be king, but you will go. So you must have a sense of hope to people. Unajua sasa ukienda kaunti fulani sasa mimi nilikuwa I was OCPD wakati tulimaliza mambo ya wizi ya ng'ombe huko Turkana. Nimefika sasa hapa nataka kuambia we must finish this thing here. Naona watu wanaanza kusema they will even listen to you. Ukifika useme nimesikia mnaibiana ng'ombe hapa. Hii ni shauri yenu nini? Kwa nini mnatoka watu wanaenda mashule? Something you guys should but that does not support cannot motivate people. The leader supports visionary aspects with communication skills that make the vision understandable, precise, powerful, and engaging. When people say communication skills, there are people who speak very slowly, but they are better communicators than the ones who shout. There are people who don't speak good English, who even have bad English. They cannot even speak good English. They have a very heavy mother tongue influence, but they are better communicators than those who speak good English. And poetry and stories. Because communication is not so much about the diction and no, it is about the heart. You know, people, when you are communicating, it's not what you are saying that matters. I'm still saying us, but even those of us who have been in politics here, and those who are in politics now, the reason why people get elected is not so much about how they talk and so forth. If you see, have you ever seen a politician who is not even known in Kenya, doesn't even speak much in Buke, but at home anachaguliwa all the time? Na ni mtu anaongeanga polepole, so unaenda ile mtu unasema na huyu anachaguliwa aje? It's because he is connecting with the people because of his heart. There is a personal connection to it. So you must find a way of communicating properly with the people to understand what you're doing, what you have to do. The followers are willing to invest more effort in their tasks. They are encouraged and optimistic about the future and believe in their abilities. And many people, by the way, there are some county commanders, some OCPDs and so forth, that go and turn the locals to work for them. Because of who they are, they're just a good guy. These are good people. So the locals start saying, tusiaibishe kwa OCPD bwana. Huyu mtu ametusaidia sana. Huyu mtu anatutakia mazuri. People work for you because because they realize that you mean well. So visionary leader, you can see this guy, the assumption here is that he's asking himself, how can we connect this and that one? Yeah? Or maybe he's asking, what is beyond those clouds? Yeah. Somebody who can imagine a greater future. Second characteristic is the character. A good leader is the one who has integrity. The respect that leadership must have requires that one's ethics be without question. A leader not only stays above the line between right and wrong, he stays well clear of the gray areas. Nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give them power. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort, but where he stands in terms of challenge and controversy. So character is extremely important. Character. You must, nobody, let me tell you, hakuna mtu ata respect any county commander who is known that he's taking bribes. Hakuna. It's a waste of time. Hakuna askari hata atasikia mambo yako. Itakuwa tu anajua tu na hakuna mwenye atakuwa chini hapa atafanya kazi. If you have a county where, let me tell you, if you have any county or any sub-county where the county commander or the OCPD is taking bribe, hakuna kitu itafanyika. And especially where he's taking bribe that is escalated from the junior officers. Kila mtu atakuwa hapo chini tu anasema, unauliza anasema unajua ya commander lazima ifike. Lazima ni escalate ya mkubwa. Unajua kwa hii maneno iko ya mkubwa. You must, this is the area that we struggle with the National Police Service, is character. Yeah, and not just National Police Service, the whole country. Yeah, if I go to a ministry today that I'm the Minister for Interior, and my job there is to look for deals. Yeah, and my job is na upigia mtu namwambia iko ngapi hapo. Kuna mtu atafanya kazi? Si everybody ataiba alafu aweke ya waziri kando, alafu yake ya bebe akiendanga. The first thing that happens to all of us here, you go to a new county, we are sending you there because we have drug loads and drug peddlers. The first thing unafika county wanakutembelea. Karibu sana mkubwa. Na wewe unajua umepewa hata intelligence report. Mkubwa mzuri sana. Nini. Tunatembelea OCPD, wanatembelea nini. There will be nothing. So character is everything. If we get this character right as a national police, we are good. And as a country. So this is what happens. The fruits yenye iko juu kwa tree uko, hii thoughts ni trunk. Uko juu ni fruits. Your fruits is very good. Lakini it is founded on how deep the values are. Those values will determine whether we will have good fruits or bad fruits. It is determined whether you will stand out for long or you will collapse on the way. Okay, you don't need this moral dilemma. Leaders as a role model. This is what we are saying. You must be a role model. You must provide for. You must be ahead. If you have a commander who doesn't even go operation even once, yeah, he's never even gone to any operation even once, even when it's a large scale, or has never even visited an operation area, people will not be able to believe. If you are telling people we have pacified, Tiatit now is safe, Lawiru Jawai Kanyaga Tiatit, or you are saying Samburu is clean. Now you are saying Mukokodo Forest now we have sorted, where you are in Laikipia, and you've never gone to Mukokodo Forest. You never even stepped there. Ukiambia twende unasema uko ni hatari. Na unaambia watu security iko sawa. There has to be, it has to be, you have to lead by example. You have to be a high ethical behavior. You instill pride, gains respect and trust. And then you build and affirm shared values, and you align your actions with your values. This was, a leader also must be inspiring. Nelson Mandela, because of his sacrifice to his country alone, that was very inspiring. By forgiving those who hurt him, he inspired. You must have empathy. You must have a leader who has
empathy. Must be a leader that attends to each follower's needs, acts as a mentor or a coach to the follower, and listens to the follower's concerns and needs. You listen to people. I know police ni kitu serious. Lakini wacha kupigia watu kelele throughout. Mtu akuje wewe nani unasema wewe. It's not necessary, you know. I don't think to be a successful police officer you should be that noisy. Yeah?